front squats. Probably the hardest and most badass leg exercise. And my goal is to reach 200 kilograms, which would put me in elite levels of strength.
For the past few months, I've done only front squats and I've made a decent progress so far. But I still have a long way to go. 2 years ago, I did road to 200 kg back squat and I did it and even passed it. Then I was aiming for 230 by the end of 2025, but I injured my back twice, which made me stop, and then I decided to pick on the front squats because I had zero pain. And from there, I just fell in love with the movement. It felt good. My legs got stronger. My lower back got way stronger due to the front squats, because front squats will force you to be in a straight back position, which it's super hard to keep when you're doing front squats, and this works your lower back really well. And at the start, I was sore in the lower back after every single session. So this is the first episode of Road to 200 kg front squat, and today's goal is to do 147.5 kilograms for 3 reps. On paper, I should do 3 sets of 3, but I'm pretty sure I will not be able to do it since this is the last week of the block and fatigue has been accumulating a lot. I literally could do 150 next week, but it will push me to the limit, and this is not the best thing to do right now. I've done by now 4 blocks or 4 to 5 weeks, if I'm not wrong. I started around 220 kilograms for 6 reps, and I built it to 130 or 135 kilograms for 6 reps. I don't recall it right now. And then I started doing triples. And for the next block, I think I'm going to do 5s, and the goal will be to do 147.5 for 5 reps or more. Every block I have the goal to do more than the previous one, and this is how you see that you are progressing and the program that you are running is working or not, especially as you get stronger. As a beginner, whatever you do, you will get stronger. But when you get a bit stronger, a bit more advanced, you have to be careful. You have to play with all the variables to succeed with your strength gains and even muscle gains.
let's talk about programming. I'm going to share here what I'm going to do regarding to the front squat. What I'm going to do for the next 4 to 5 weeks. Things could change here in 4 weeks. I don't know. But for now, I'm going to do front squats twice a week, Monday and Friday. This way I have enough time to rest. Monday will be a heavier session, and Friday will be a lighter session. Why I don't do 3 times like I did for back squats? Because I think front squats is more taxing to the body compared to the back squat, and also because I was doing back squats with full gear. Front squats I'm doing just with the belt, and the belt does not make that much of a difference compared to the back squats, because you're in a straight back position, so it doesn't make that much of a difference. Meanwhile, on a back squat, you kind of are like this, you brace and you kind of curve a bit, and in this way the belt would have a better use. So it doesn't make that much of a difference, and so I have more trouble recovering. My biggest problem with the front squat in terms of recovering is not even the legs, but the back, the lower back, even here around the traps is very taxing. Like, my legs are okay, but my lower back, that area becomes kind of weak, and my form starts to break a lot, and I start to curve my body a lot to do kind of like this to compensate it, to lift the weight. And I want to do it with the proper form and not to overuse my back, because I could trigger my injury again. So it will be 2 to 3 sets of 5 on Monday, and 2 to 3 sets of front squats again, 2 to 3 sets of 5 on Friday. And I'm doing 2 to 3 sets because I'm going to start doing back squats again. Back squats will be a secondary leg movement in this case. So Monday, front squats, I think 2 sets of front squats, and then 2 sets of back squats. And on Friday, the same thing, just the weight that changes. You could copy this. You can see if it works for you or not. For me, I think it will work perfectly because I can rest enough. Resting is something very important. I've talked about this in many of my videos, especially as you get stronger. If I did 3 times a week, it would make me way too fatigued. And unnecessary fatigue, because I have other movements. I have the dips, I have the pull-ups, I have the muscle up, I have the overhead squat. My workouts are just these 5 movements. With the back squat now, 6. So I have to manage things properly. If I was doing only front squat, pull-up, and dip, or something like that, I could go 3 times a week and I probably would progress faster. But I have to manage all of these things. And by the end of this front squat, road to 200 kg squat, I will test my back squat. I have a competition on May 31st, but I don't know if I should compete, because it's kind of not worth it. I don't gain nothing. It's just for the ego, and I'm not even in the level of to compete with the best in the world. I have a chance maybe here in 1 year in my weight class. I could be in the top 12, 10 if things go right. And then I could compete with the best of the best. But I don't know if I'm going to compete. If I compete, it will be with no prep. I'm just going for fun. But when I compete, I want to go to win. I don't want to compete just to have fun. I'm not like these people. If I'm competing, it is to win. And yeah, that will be my program for the next 4 or 5 weeks. And then I'll see what I do, but I'll keep you updated. If anything changes, you'll see in the following episodes. So that was it. I have a good spot here, right? And yeah, see y'all in the next episode.